The Reading Railroad Heritage Museum was created by the Reading Company Technical and Historical Society, RCT&HS, and opened in April 2008. The RCT&HS was formed in 1976 to preserve the history of the Reading Company, which had just been absorbed into the Conrail system. The group felt strongly that the 138-year-old history of the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad, later Reading Company, be preserved. Since 1976, the RCT&HS has collected archives, photographs, and actual equipment of the Reading Railroad. One of the goals of the RCT&HS has been to display and tell the story of the Reading Railroad, which culminated in the creation of the museum. The site of the museum in Hamburg is the former Penn Steel Foundry Complex, which was abandoned in 2001. The RCT&HS volunteers have created a gift shop, exhibit halls, and a display yard of former Reading Railroad locomotives, freight and passenger cars, as well as work equipment and cabooses. One of the climate-controlled rooms houses the vast collection of the Reading Railroad documents and maps, which is available to the public by appointment. A 15-minute professionally produced video tells the history of the Reading and its effect on the communities of southeastern Pennsylvania. Visitors are encouraged to view the video to gain a perspective on the exhibits. The two exhibit halls contain interesting artifacts of the Reading collected by the RCT&HS. One hall houses items like Reading Railroad dining car china and menus. Since the Reading Company was itself a community, artifacts like a company band uniform and bass drum from the marching band are on display, as well as trophies and photos of sports teams made up of employees. The railroad also had a vocal chorus, which put on performances during the holidays at the Reading Terminal. The room also contains a large control panel from the Lebanon Valley Junction Control Tower, formerly in West Reading, PA. The panel and accompanying video explain the functions of the machine in moving trains safely through intersecting lines. Examples of the types of anthracite coal carried by the railroad are also on display. An HO-scale model railroad layout depicts scenes along the Reading with two trains operating all the time. All exhibits are created in a way to help those not familiar with railroading to understand. Two large panels of photographs have traced the evolution of both steam and diesel locomotives used on the Reading. A steam locomotive bell is mounted so visitors can experience both the size and the volume of the bell's sound. A small room furnished as a station agent's office circa 1930 gives a glimpse of the now primitive communication equipment of that era. Reading stations in the 19th century were a source of news, sometimes a social center, and of course a place where journeys to exotic places began. The other hall contains temporary exhibits, which change annually. Subjects of these exhibits have included Reading passenger trains, bridges, and artifacts collected by members. The 2017 temporary exhibit is the Reading's B-Line service concept. In addition, this exhibit explains diesel locomotive technology and gives a perspective on the use of diesel locomotives on the Reading, which began way back in 1926. The temporary exhibits run from March to the end of November each year. During the Christmas holiday season, tin plate trains of yesteryear take over with as many as 12 Lionel, American Flyer, and Ives trains operating at the same time. Tours are offered each hour of the actual Reading Railroad locomotives and cars in the collection. Highlight of that tour is seeing the inside of our 1936 caboose. Since all RCT&H members are volunteers, the museum's normal business hours are Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 4 p.m. The museum is closed mid-January to the beginning of March each year. Group tours with a minimum of 10 people can be scheduled any day of the week with advance notice. We consider the museum a special gem, which is what our visitors often tell us. Come visit.